Her smile was the same, the one I used to wake up to, but now it was meant for someone else. The curve of her lips, the light that danced in her eyes, all of it was the same. Yet none of it belonged to me anymore. I saw them from across the street, sitting at a little coffee shop we used to claim as our sanctuary. It used to be a place for laughter, for secrets, for dreams we thought would last forever. Now, it was just the backdrop to a scene I never thought I'd witness. She was there laughing, head tilted back, eyes glowing, and I could feel my chest crack in silence, not in some dramatic movie way, but in a quiet, suffocating kind of collapse. I wasn't supposed to be there. I didn't plan on it, didn't expect it. But maybe that's just how fate works. A cruel joke in perfect timing. I stood frozen, watching for 1 second too long, hoping foolishly that she might glance my way. She didn't. Instead, he reached across the table and touched her hand. She didn't pull away, and in that moment, I knew we were really done. Not just taking space or figuring things out. Done. I turned away, feeling the weight of my heart sinking, as if anchors had been tied to every single beat. Each step I took felt heavier, each breath harder to catch. I didn't cry then. There's a numbness that settles in first. The kind that doesn't sting, it suffocates. I remember the night she left. She said we were growing apart, that things had changed, that she didn't know who we were anymore. And maybe she was right. We stopped dancing in the kitchen, stopped holding hands during car rides, stopped saying, I love you just because. I blamed work, she blamed timing. Neither of us blamed love. Maybe it was already gone, and we were just too scared to admit it. So when she packed her things, I let her go. I didn't fight, didn't beg. I just watched numb, because deep down I thought maybe she'd turn around. She didn't. I stayed in that apartment, the one with the creaky floors and too much sunlight. Her scent lingered, slower to fade than her presence. I still checked my phone at midnight, hoping for a message that never came. Months passed. I tried to move on, tried dating, tried pretending, but no one ever felt like her. And maybe that was the problem. I wasn't supposed to replace her. I was supposed to outgrow her, but I hadn't. Not yet. So when I saw her that day laughing with someone else, I told myself that was the closure I needed. Seeing her happy would break the spell. It didn't. It just twisted the knife deeper, rewriting the pain I'd been carrying for so long. I disappeared for a while, deleted apps, avoided familiar streets, even changed coffee shops. I needed distance, not just from her, but from who I had become when I loved her. Weeks passed, and one day it rained. Not the kind of rain that washes away your worries, but the kind that feels personal, like the universe showing up uninvited. I was walking home, soaked to the bone, hoodie pulled up, head low, thinking of nothing and everything at once. And then I heard it, my name. Soft, shaky, but undeniably familiar. I turned. There she was, standing across the street, soaked through, hair clinging to her face. Her eyes locked onto mine like no time had passed, like we hadn't been broken apart by the hands of fate. She whispered again, louder this time. My God, it's really you. I couldn't move. I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or losing my mind. She stepped closer, tears mingling with the rain. I've been looking for you. I wanted to ask why. Why now? Why after all this time? Why after smiling with someone else? But she spoke first. I saw you that day at the coffee shop, she said, voice breaking. I just didn't know what to say. I blinked, struggling to find my words. You looked happy, I finally managed. I wasn't, she said, her voice cracking. I was pretending. I kept pretending for weeks, but it never felt real. Then why? I asked, almost in a whisper. Because I thought you'd moved on. You let me go so easily. I thought maybe I imagined everything we had, she confessed. Her voice trembled. I loved you. I still do. But I didn't know if you wanted me back. And there it was, the truth, raw and exposed in the middle of a storm. I didn't say anything. I just stood there, heart racing, trying to make sense of what it all meant. I was wrong, she said, her eyes pleading. I walked away thinking I'd find something better. But all I found was how much I missed you. The silence between us wasn't the awkward kind. It was the kind that held 1,000 unsaid words, too heavy to carry. Finally I spoke. I waited, I said quietly. Not because I thought you'd come back, but because I didn't know how to let you go. She stepped forward, tears mixing with the rain. I don't want you to let go. Not this time. I want us to rewrite the story, from the beginning, if you'll let me. And I stood there looking at her. This girl who had shattered me, now standing in front of me in the rain, asking for a second chance. Forgiveness doesn't come easily. Trust is even harder to rebuild. But love doesn't vanish. It just hides, waiting for the right moment to return. And maybe this was it. Maybe this storm wasn't the end, but the start of something new. I reached for her hand, and for the first time in months, the rain didn't feel cold anymore.